I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now starting. Welcome to the Hey everybody, welcome to Grape Therapy. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Bristowe. Today we have the one and only Nikki D from Love is Blind, who I had some questions for after watching that reunion, and we get all of the answers.
A good cab is my favorite, so.
Oh my god, okay, the pressure. Well,
The pressure.
It was open for a bit, so the wine really got to breathe. It's good. I have complete faith in it. He needs another sip.
Gotta give it to you. It's like a 9 out of 10.
Really?
No, this is good.
Are you nervous at all for this?
Not at all.
Okay, so
I think this is gonna be fun.
it is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And so I was just talking to Monica, and she was like, no, he has like full confidence and he's totally like sure of himself. Because I didn't know, you never know what people are going to be like in real life, because we see you on Love is Blind and we're like, okay, you're either like a major boy or a golden retriever.
And you can't be anywhere in between.
Nope.
It's just one or the other, right?
It is black and white.
So we'll go with the golden retriever for now, right?
Yeah, you can't put golden retriever in any other category with like something bad.
Hey, I hear you.
But no, you can be both. You can be a bunch of things. I want, if you were to, like, an alien was to fly down and be like, describe yourself in like 2 sentences, what would you say?
So can I just kind of
Why
use
does it have
one
to
or
be an alien? I don't know why I can't just ask
like
you to describe yourself.
an alien being pointed at Earth. If you don't describe yourself, we're dead.
You die.
Yeah, so ambitious, loving, caring. I'm all about family, athletic career. That's helped me, in real estate where I am, where I started my own team earlier this year. And I'm just a really easy, chill guy. I like to have fun. I also like my nights watching Netflix with a nice with a nice
A
red.
nice cab.
Yep.
A little. I'll send you some Spade and Sparrow's cab since you like it.
Great.
So why do you think they wanted to, and by they I mean like the show, I say this for all reality TV, they always have to cast for certain characters. Even though you're real people not playing a part, you're still a character on a show.
Yeah.
I love and hate that for so many reasons, because A, you need it, and B, you get treated like a character after on social media instead of a human being.
Right.
But the character that you kind of got pigeonholed as was the not ambitious one who didn't know much, who was still living with his parents. You had no shame around that. But people associate like you're living with your parents and like you haven't done this and she's being hard on you, so you must not be ambitious. Did that bother you that you got that edit? Or were you happy with it?
Yeah, so honestly, it didn't bother me at all. I think the only really opinions I care about are the people that know me and that are close to me and I care about. They all know I'm super ambitious. I'm very socially aware. I was raised the right way. I'm super respectful. But I did play pro football, right? You don't just get to that point slacking off, right? I started my own real estate team. And so I tried to put myself in her shoes. That's the type of man I am. I try to see her perspective. And
her being...
Hannah.
Oh, Hannah. Okay. So I was like, are we already jumping into it? Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Hannah.
no, like Hannah. So, I try to remove myself from where I'm at and kind of see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to throw shade back, right? I tried to, rather than argue with her and say, no, I am, or I'm not this. I'm just like, okay, I'll be better at it. But everything I do in life, I have to do to the best of my ability, right? Or else it's a mental thing.
When's your birthday?
Valentine's Day.
Really?
Lover boy over here. But we haven't found love yet, so.
Still no?
No.
Well, what happened to the girls you were flying out to the reunion?
Well, there was one woman, and she asked me to fly her out.
No!
I said, hell no. And then she got mad and probably sent the DM to Hannah. It wasn't multiple women, because I don't do that a lot.
Yeah.
But, from her perspective, that's what the world sees. But it's nice to be able to say my piece,
Well, that's why I love podcasting. Whether it be, I usually have women on to say their side of the story. And I was like, I really want to hear Nick's side, and not to throw any shade at Hannah, because I think she's getting treated. All of you get treated awfully online after.
You know how it goes, kind of.
So bad.
Yeah.
And I still experience it to this day. And I have a lot of empathy around it. So I'm not here to bash her or make her feel bad. I'm not here to bash you. I want you to have your voice and be able to say your side of it. I would love to have her on. I would love to have everybody from the cast on, obviously, because I'm a huge fan of the show. But there's been obviously a lot of talk online, especially with you liking some mean comments about Hannah. Were you trying to stir things up, or what was your motive behind liking
Yeah.
those.
So, I was actually just talking to Leo about it from the
Yeah.
show. We rode the same train here because
Oh,
he
did
lives in
you?
New York. Yep. So we were actually talking about it 30 minutes ago. And he's like, dude, I totally see where you're coming from. And, people would leave me really nice comments, a paragraph, 2 paragraphs long. And I respect that. It takes a lot of time for you to take that long and
Mhm.
leave me a nice note. I want to acknowledge it. And then at the end, it'll be like, but we all know you deserve better. And like, I'll like something like that,
Got it.
says it's a long message. But every single one of the ones that were really nasty, I stayed away from.
Yeah.
And I never went online and, went out of my way to say something bad about her. I
Mhm.
didn't do it on the show. I don't do it in real life. I wouldn't do it now. And you see me on the reunion, I speak up for Hannah.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, like, this isn't cool. Like, even after everything she kind of, we've been through and how she was portrayed, I'm like, we're all human. Like,
Right.
we got to get past this stuff. It's not cool. We got to cut it out. It's unfortunate that she kind of came back and clapped at me. She could have taken the high road, but I would never do that,
Yeah.
especially to someone in her situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I even went on her brother's post, that he posted, and it was kind of dragging me down a little bit, but people were giving her brother kind of some shade and stuff. And
Mm.
I just quickly commented like, hey, like I met you, Dominic. You're a good guy.
Yeah.
We all see it. And someone sent me the reply because I didn't see it, but he replied something nasty like, we all know who you are and stuff like. And I'm
How old
like,
is he?
I think he's 21,
Oh,
22.
I was thinking that little boy that you met that
That would have been
I was like, "Oh, shit.
that would have been funny.
Feisty.
Yeah. Instagram at
Feisty."
10.
Oh, so did you meet her brother?
I met both brothers. Yeah.
Oh.
So she has the little one,
Yeah.
and then Dominic, who's 21, 22.
Was he
And then
there at that date? That same
he was at that was the meal where I couldn't boil a pasta.
Oh, right.
That she was preparing dinner for her brother and myself.
Oh, that was her brother. I thought that was her friend. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. And the whole reason I'm like, not stepping on eggshells, but I'm like, hey, I want this to go well for you. Right.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me exactly what you want to do. So it's like, I did look in the pasta, and some pasta can be kept in the fridge. But I know how to boil pasta. I was just like, look, you tell me what to do, how high to put the water,
Yeah.
what temperature you want. I want it to go well.
Aw.
But it's
Yeah.
misconstrued, you know what I mean?
So what do you think the biggest misconception about you is?
I mean, a couple things right off the bat: respect, maturity, socially aware, financially literate. I'm in real estate. I have to be
Yes.
financially literate to do my job
Yeah.
at a high level. So I was living at home. I didn't have money. I was a bum. No, I was actually stacking my money to the ceiling. And then I have my own place now in a really nice spot.
Yeah.
And now I'm secure.
Yeah.
So it's like, a lot gets lost in context, but I'm not here to kind of rebuttal back.
Right. How old were you when you were filming?
28. So I'm 29 now.
Okay, 29 now. Wait, what is February 14th? What is your sign?
Aquarius, the best.
Oh,
The best.
I feel like every sign says it except for me. Geminis. I'm like, we're the worst. Geminis.
Well,
are the
I've
worst.
just heard from everybody because a lot of women, especially, they're like, "What sign are you?" Aquarius, and they're like,
Oh, yeah. I feel like Aquarius men.
"There's something wrong with us, apparently." Right?
What is it?
I don't know. They haven't met the right Aquarius.
You can't boil pasta. That's it. That's the problem with Aquarius.
Geminis are good though. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Well, anyone who has a sign, anyone who's born and has a sign, they're like, we get a bad rep. And I'm like, yeah, that's because there's good and bad to all.
Yeah.
I love being a Gemini.
Do you think they're pretty spot on?
It depends. I'm into birth charts. So
Okay.
like if you read about, let's say, an Aquarius, I could probably take away things that I am through an Aquarius, but I'm like, well, that could be in my 6th house, so I could have a little Aquarius in me. I go into deep dives on like birth charts.
Deep dives.
Yes.
So it's not a one night thing. It's like a
I
deep
go.
dive.
I need to do research. I literally will want to know. Do you know what time you were born?
Yeah. 2:30 in the afternoon.
PM.
PM.
Okay.
Yep.
I need specific though, like 2:31.
See, I can't give you
I
that.
guarantee
I gotta
your mom
text
would
my
know.
mom. Yep.
Your
Yeah,
mom's the cutest little honey buns.
She's great.
She's so sweet. Your family seems really great.
They're fantastic.
I wouldn't
love
want to
them so
move out
much.
either.
Thank you.
I honestly thought
Thank
that they
you.
were so sweet. There's something like, because obviously your parents are still together.
Of course.
So there's something to me. Is that the house you grew up in too?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm jealous. So in my next life, I always say a few things. 1, I'll have a lot more hair. 2, I will be Italian. But 3, my parents will still be together and we will live in the house that I grew up in.
That's super
That is
sweet. That's super
literally a
sweet.
dream of
Yeah.
mine. And like to fall asleep at night, sometimes I'll walk through my old house of like when we were together as a family. Like I'm like that's hard to let
It
go of.
you get the best moments are those moments, right? That
Yes.
aren't crazy, but it's just like, I remember when we were all happy opening Christmas
Oh,
gifts out under the tree, and,
the best.
it's unfortunate that the divorce rate is so high, right? So I'm
I
super blessed
know.
my parents are still together and have a successful
What
relationship,
do
and
they
I'm
attribute that to? What do they say that keeps their marriage alive?
they're not, they're similar,
Yeah.
but they're not the same person,
Yeah.
and one thing that is true and everything else can, get thrown out is they love each other. The the
Yeah.
the love is just there.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to be similar to fall in love, right?
Yeah.
Like as long as like the 4, 5, 6 main points kind of correlate and
Especially
you guys see on this
respect.
respect,
Yeah.
right? And it's a lot of it's unspoken,
Yeah.
and I saw them have a successful relationship and marriage and I've grown up with that.
That's
So
so nice. So your mom obviously bonded with Hannah.
Mhm.
Watching back, what was your mom's thoughts?
Oh my gosh, I look that beautiful. I'm like, "Mom, not only was the food good, but you look great too."
Aw,
You know? Anytime you want
cutie.
some Cuban food,
Call your mom?
call me.
Oh, I want every kind of food ever. There's not one thing I won't eat
Have you had
except for
a lot of
raisins.
Cuban food? Yeah, I don't like raisins
I hate
either.
raisins. It's the only
Yeah,
thing I don't like.
yeah,
I've had some Cuban food. Yeah.
yeah. So,
I went to
this is
Cuba.
the really authentic we haven't yet,
Okay.
and my mom was born in Cuba, she lived there till she was
Was
8.
she really?
Yeah, so I still have family in Cuba I've never met.
Well, because you couldn't go there for a certain point of time,
Mhm,
right?
and
I'm
then Yep.
Canadian, so
Okay.
I've been.
Yeah, so I played football in Montreal
Oh,
with
you
the
did?
Alouettes, yep.
The Alouettes?
Mhm.
I was a cheerleader for the BC Lions.
Not the same team.
Not, but
But I
Canada,
would have seen you do your thing, so
CFL.
that's super cool though. So you actually, like, understand and respect football, right? Or were you kinda just like
I want to say I respect it, but football, I tried so hard to understand it. CFL rules are obviously different than
a
NFL,
little bit yeah.
but now have living in the States for I've been here for like 9 years. I love watching football, and
Mhm.
I started learning probably 5 years ago really about it, and now I
Yeah.
freaking love knowing about the sport, caring about it,
Yep.
watching it. I'm
Yep.
like it's comforting to me
Yep. And
somehow.
that's probably how it was watching hockey back in the day, because
Yes.
that's a big thing up north. Yeah.
Last night it was Halloween and everyone was out and I had my Halloween on the weekend, so I was good there.
I have mine this weekend, so
You do?
yeah.
What are you being?
A sexy Luigi. Like, I'm
A
gonna be
sexy
Luigi, but, like,
Luigi.
without the undershirt, the blue overalls, but
Sexy Luigi.
or one of my friends did give me the suggestion, I should be a duck.
You should
Um,
absolutely be the duck.
that's what I was
Be a
thinking.
sexy duck.
A sexy see, that's kinda hard to pull off, but I think I could do it.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I just want to take a second to say thank you to all the people in my life, including you listeners, who have supported me just big and small, especially during the craziness of this year. And that honestly, that includes myself. Sometimes we forget to give ourselves a little credit just for getting through the day. I just gave myself a little tap on the heart. You go, Kaitlyn. Therapy can be such a powerful tool for helping us show up as the best versions of ourselves, and it's not just for dealing with major stuff. It's a way to learn healthy coping skills, set boundaries, build confidence. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, I really do suggest BetterHelp. It makes it very convenient, and you just fill out a quick questionnaire, and they'll match you with a licensed therapist that fits your needs. Plus, all online, so you can do it whenever, wherever, whatever works for you. And if you need to switch therapists, it's no problem at all. That happens all the time in the real world too. You got to find one that works for you. So let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/fine today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fine. You guys know how some days it's just hard to stay focused, stay positive. Well, lately I've added something new into my routine that's totally changed the game for me, and that is Feel Free Classic Tonic from Botanic Tonics. So I'm always juggling just like a million different things and sometimes feel like a scatterbrain, but this helps me stay focused and actually be in a better mood. So I take it before a really long work day. It kind of keeps me energized and in a good mood. It helps me stay stay focused, which I obviously love, but sometimes it's not even just for work. Sometimes I have it after work for a little mental reset, or even before a workout when I'm feeling low on energy. And here's the kicker is I'm not reaching for nearly as much caffeine. So I've started using it intentionally, probably 2 to 3 times a week when I kind of need that extra little boost to get through the tougher parts of my week. So make the switch to an all natural energy and get a little mood lift with this plant-based tonic. So go to botanictonics.com and use code VINE, and that's going to get you $40 off a 12-pack case. Again, that's botanictonics.com, code VINE. I've been loving this tonic, and I'm sure you will too. But I do want to know what your mom thought watching back how Hannah was with you.
Watching it back how Hannah was with me, we haven't talked about it. One thing I do know is she knows I'm good. She just knows I'm cool with the situation. I've kind of taken it lightly. I like to laugh about just the show and stuff. I'm not one who's going to go deep in the rabbit hole on the comments. And so, every time we talked, I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with this. And so she's like, good, we support you. And unfortunately, it didn't work out, but, I guess it was for the best. So if she saw me hurting, she would probably kind of tap into that a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. You made the infamous I want to be the most famous person from Love is Blind in your notebook. Hannah definitely called you out for that too. I don't judge you for putting that down at all, but I want you to own it.
Yeah, there's a couple things, and I do own it. I say on the reunion, I'm like, yeah, I did write it. There's a couple things. One, you just mentioned it. Like, if you did a test, like the lie detector test with everyone on there, and they didn't want to get famous off of it, cool. Like, you're lying. Right, everyone does.
I agree.
Second thing is famous to me in that sense look like, hey, I don't want to be on it for clout and just get a lot of followers. I want to find someone on that journey.
Yeah.
I want people to like us as a couple. Right. And thrive that way. The third thing is I wrote that 4 months before I even knew I was on the show. Right. So like I was taking it super light. I was messing around.
But that's an okay thought to have.
Right. Exactly. And the fourth thing is invasion of privacy. Why are you going through my damn notebook? Like, that's not cool. I don't want a partner that's going to pick up my phone and type in my password and go through it. That's not who I am. If that is who you are and your friends, that's okay.
Yeah.
But the fact, I had this conversation with Hannah multiple times. She knows exactly the context behind it. She aired it out because she's great. She's a fantastic person, right? I'm not trying to throw shade at her. She felt like maybe she got a bad edit or she needed to save face or she wanted to get at me even more.
Yeah.
Right? There was no point in bringing that up because that was before I even met you.
We have to talk about all of it. I mean, everyone on that show, there's a few things. Like you said, everyone on there knew they were going to get some level of fame.
Yeah.
You don't go on unless you want some level of that. And there's, I think there's just certain people out there who are cut out for that kind of world. There are things that get said off camera that you might be saying like to your boys or to friends. Were people lying on that stage saying that you called Hannah names about her looks?
Yes and no. I never called her a grenade.
Okay.
I never call someone a grenade. I did tell Ramses and Garrett off camera.
Yeah.
In guide talk.
Right.
That
to protect probably yourself, because that would be humiliating to say that on camera.
I would never do that, right? And that's not why I was there. It's Love is Blind. We had a deep connection in the pods. Can that continue? So I did say I was a little underwhelmed by how she looked. But at that point, this was before we went to Mexico. We had such a crazy connection. I'm like, look, dating hasn't worked in the past. Like this could really work. And so that's guy talk, just off camera. It's not meant to be repeated.
Do you think she was underwhelmed?
She shouldn't be. She shouldn't be. I mean, you guys could see, Nikki D, Nikki Suave, I got everything to give to a relationship. I'm not perfect. No one is.
Right.
But I know what I have to give to a relationship and what I want in return.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And so when you did finally start to feel this connection and you're like, this could work.
Yeah.
It looked like that was kind of maybe, alcohol's flowing, you're tired, things are happening. You haven't seen somebody in however long.
Yep.
So what was the moment in your brain where something shifted and you're like, I actually don't see this working?
Honestly, a day in that experiment is like a week in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had never lived with someone before. I was learning so much every day, right? So we broke up with, I think, a week left. I wanted to I wouldn't have taken it up to the wedding, but I needed those moments just for more clarity. I wanted it to work. I mean, there were moments each episode where I was, like, taken back by the things she was saying,
Mhm.
but I also knew so much good about her, right? And there's a time where, we were having fun in the pods, and there's a time at the Halloween party, like, I haven't been having fun.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I have.
Yeah.
And that should show you I'm being myself
Mhm.
and I'm getting to know you. It's like, why are you shutting down a little bit? Like, why are you walking on eggshells? And
Mhm.
so there wasn't a moment that I'm like, it's done, because then I would have broken up with her.
Right.
But I would be stupid to say, like, at that point that I thought it was going to work out.
Yeah.
But I was really invested.
Yeah. So you really did wanna, like, make it work or to at least try?
Yeah, I wanted to make it work, but I was gonna be realistic about it,
Mhm.
right? So if it kept going like that, it wouldn't have worked out for
Right.
sure. I was
Like, once you got to the altar, you probably would have said, "I don't."
Yeah, I would have said no before,
Do you
because I
think
don't wanna have my family and friends come in just to
Totally.
say no.
And do you think you and Hannah could be friends now in the real world, or is that, like, that ship has
I've
sailed?
tried.
Oh, you have?
That's on her, because that's the type of person I am. I've reached out, like, a week ago after watching the last batch of episodes, and
Yeah.
I've seen, obviously, the hate she's been getting, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, look, not that you need it, but I'm here for you. We went through this together.
Mhm.
Like, I know it would help me just talking about it. Like, we went through this unique experience. We shared these moments. Like, if you ever wanna talk, I'm here for you." Like,
And did she respond?
nope.
Hmm. Was it seen?
I don't know. No
Oh.
receipts on, but
Oh, it wasn't over
yeah.
DM.
But she just blocked me 2 days ago
Oh, shit.
on IG.
Well, do you
So,
think it's because her feelings are hurt that you commented on her looks?
she commented on my looks every episode.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
And it wasn't that, like, I'll say it again, like,
Mm.
Hannah's pretty.
Mhm.
She's beautiful,
Mhm.
but sometimes, like, with your looks comes your personality,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so it can make you a lot less attractive, some of the harsh things you say, because it does. The 10th time you
Yes.
hear it, it hurts.
I mean, I've said it one way where on The Bachelor, I, like, think there's a point where the women start getting professional hair and makeup because they get more beautiful, but that's because I'm falling in love with, like, their not their character, yeah, their character, like, who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's some girls where I'm like, "Oh god, she's I
They're
don't
getting
know."
uglier every
Yeah, and it's
day.
because they're a nasty person,
Mhm.
and so I hear what you're saying because I always thought, even on Love Is Blind, like, I'll watch it, and the more I get to know someone, I'm like, "God, they're stunning, and they're so pretty," and I actually loved Hannah's vibe and look,
Mhm.
but don't tell me you weren't a little bit turned on when she walked out at that reunion. It moved a little. I was like, "Damn, she looks hot."
She does look hot, but I
Yeah.
also know
You
all
already
of her,
yeah, you
and I've been
yeah,
there,
I
done that.
know. Okay, that's
But she
fair.
is beautiful, and she does look beautiful now. Like,
Yeah.
she looked great. She looked
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
It's Do you think she's auditioning, that was her audition to be on The Perfect Match? Have they already cast it?
I don't know what I'm supposed to say and what I'm not supposed to say.
Well,
All I
that's
can say is,
you can guess, speculate.
I think they would Perfect Match would reach out to a couple people.
Yeah, because they usually do from Love Is Blind, right?
Yep. I haven't been reached out to.
No?
I know a few people who have. I'm not gonna say their
Okay.
names, but, maybe everything looked a certain way because something all
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's same is it
something
same
else happened.
producers?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think it's Netflix.
Same yeah, same
So,
network.
yeah.
Would you do it if they asked you?
I would have to think about it, but I'd be open to it.
Yeah.
But I'd have to think about it, I'm super secure with who I am
Yeah.
and, where I'm at in life,
Yeah.
and it would kinda just be, I mean, you know it from being on other shows,
Yeah.
like, it's a lot,
Yeah.
watching it back, and I would definitely do Dancing with the Stars.
Oh.
I have Cuban blood in me. I
Those
got
hips
some rip
don't lie. What was on your other things on your 90-day?
It was to get in the best shape of my life.
Did you?
I work out every day, and I'm not trying to be cocky, but,
Yeah.
coming from an athletic background, it's super important for me to be active.
Yeah,
Helps my mental, helps my physical,
totally.
and so,
I get it.
yeah.
I write things down all the time for them to
Yeah,
happen
and then
to
the
me.
other one was to sell a couple homes, but obviously I wanted to sell more than a couple homes.
Yeah.
So I was kinda just BSing not
Just making
taking
it
it too deep,
achievable.
but that was the start point
Right.
of my 90-day goals, and I have them all in my house right now, so when I
Yeah.
wake up, go to sleep, I look at it,
So
and it
you
really
moved
helps.
in on your own now?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
fun.
Do you know where Tyson's Corner is?
No.
In Virginia?
No. I'm
Well,
Canadian. Do you know
I
where
know, I
Leduc,
know.
Alberta is?
I mean, you're on the East Coast, right? So it's 15 minutes outside DC, really cool spot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be
So,
nice.
yeah.
And are you close to your parents still? Did they
15 minutes.
Nice.
So they yep, they
Great.
still hit me up on Sunday, "Wanna come over for dinner?"
Oh,
I'm
Sunday
like,
night
"Hell
dinners with
yeah."
the fam.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Katie works for the Ravens and is
Mhm.
getting all you tickets on Sunday. Is Hannah gonna be there?
I don't think so.
Oh, because are Katie and Hannah still friends?
I don't think so.
Were they the best friends?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And, I was on, Good Morning America on ABC 7 this morning,
Okay.
and, they asked Marissa a question about me, and, Marissa and I have had talks off camera since the reunion,
Yeah,
and we're
because
we're good.
Marissa and Hannah are close or were
Apparently
close.
we're.
What is happening? I need to talk to everybody from the
So,
show.
I
What's
mean,
going
like, it's
on?
not like, just hearing that is like, damn, well, like, not that you can't make it work with anyone,
Right,
but it's like, clearly you say the same things to me that you
right,
tell other people, and
right.
we all know she's beautiful and intelligent, got a lot to give, but, like, there's a reason why the closest people to you are kinda thinking of you in that light.
I wonder what is going on in her, like, heart. Like, I feel like something's blocking her,
It's yeah,
you know?
yeah. I try not to think of what it is because that's not me, but,
Right. I
yeah,
mean, that's for her
probably.
to think of and for her to
Yeah.
work on and
But they used to be besties.
wow.
Katie and Hannah.
Yeah,
No.
but now you are and you get to go to games.
Yeah.
Fun.
Pretty
That'll be
sweet,
fun. Who else
right?
is gonna be there on Sunday?
It'll be Alex,
Yeah.
Monica, me, Marissa, Ramses, Tyler, Ashley, and Bowden, and I think that's it.
And are you guys all friends with Steven or no?
Yeah,
Oh.
Steven's cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm friends with everybody. Just some more I talk to some people more than others.
Yeah.
You know,
Who are you the closest with?
Tyler, Ashley,
Yeah.
Garrett, Taylor.
Why do people were messaging me being like, "Ask people about the tea on Tyler," but I'm like, "Didn't we already go over that at the reunion?"
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in anyways, I wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't even talk to him about it. Right? That's none of my business.
So true.
Yeah,
That's very fair. The married couples are so cute.
they're cute.
Like,
Yeah,
really
I like them
sweet.
both, and they're both perfect for each other, which is crazy because it does work.
I love that they talk about Garrett's glow up because it was like I didn't even finish watching and I was like, "Who is this guy?" And I was like, "Holy shit, that's Garrett."
That's him, right?
That's
Yeah, totally different dude.
Was
Well,
he just like I mean, same but different.
yeah.
Was he like, "I'm gonna do this transformation," or was he what
I saw a picture on Instagram 2 months ago, and his hair was different. He was dressing, like, all sexy and kinda rugged and shit,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Dude, what's up?"
that's hilarious.
And so,
He's like, "I'm a star now."
yeah.
That's
Well,
Hollywood,
yeah,
baby.
yeah, grow the hair out, and,
Showbiz.
yeah, I'm sure Taylor had a little influence on that because 'cause she's got
Yeah,
good
she's
style.
stylish.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved all her outfits. Would you, and I'm sure you've talked about this or thought about this, but ever consider dating Katie now that you guys are out of the pods?
Uh, I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
Um, I'd have to think about it, but, just kinda, remove myself from that group of
Yeah.
people who were on the show and find something great for me,
Yeah.
so
What usually, because I know the Love is Blind experiment is about like personality.
mhm.
What usually do you go for? Did you talk about that on the show? What your type usually is?
A little.
Yeah.
So I thought I had a type, and it was darker hair, kind of, likes to work out, active, likes sports or had a sports background, and then someone who's just fun,
Yeah.
good sense of humor, can laugh,
Yeah.
right? But also serious about their work and, ambitious,
Yeah.
right? So other than looks, it's like those are pretty key.
And that's like typical of what you've dated in the past.
I've only dated one other person before the show.
One?
Yeah, because I was super invested in football and I was
Wow.
super invested in real estate the last couple of years, and,
Yeah, but
I
you
gotta
could
get my
argue to
stuff.
say a lot of people invested in football are also invested in women. But you
Mhm.
were eyes on the
I'm a
prize?
kicker, so I'm not a football player, you
Oh,
know?
got it. Right.
Yeah, no, I just, I'm kinda picky, not picky in the sense that I'm judgmental.
Right.
I just kinda know exactly what I'm looking for, so if we have a 30-minute conversation, I know it's not gonna work out, I'm like, "Hey, I appreciate your time, you're beautiful, you're gonna make someone happy
Right.
someday, but just not for me."
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Wow, only one other person you dated, and what happened there? You guys just weren't meant to be.
It was high school into the
Oh,
first year of college.
yeah.
I didn't know what love was,
Yeah, fair
and I
enough.
thought I did.
Did you learn so much about yourself through Love is Blind?
I learned a lot. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say so much. I was like 90% of the person I am now,
Yeah?
but that other 10% is so key.
So you're
And
100% of the person you are now?
mhm,
Shut up.
mhm.
No.
I think so. I mean, maybe 98, you know? I think my
What?
wife and my children will fill in the last part.
Was the experience what you expected? And I know you say you were 90% there, but what do you think the biggest lesson you did learn was from being on the show?
The experience was fantastic. I'll
Yeah.
just say I had a lot of fun with it. I have no negatives, and I think it went almost how I thought it would. I mean, I kind of pictured myself I wasn't gonna force anything, but I
Yeah.
wanted to find someone if it fit. And so in that sense, I think it worked out. Biggest thing I learned is to be open and vulnerable, not only with other people, but myself. I hadn't told a lot of people a couple key details in my life,
Yeah.
or, you know, if I was feeling a certain way and I wasn't the normal Nick, energetic, outgoing, smiling, I would keep it to myself. Confiding in your friends and your family is it's such a relief, and I tell my friends I love them all the time now because you never
Yeah.
know when your last moment or day, you know, with them is gonna be.
Darn.
So, yeah.
Okay, holidays right around the corner. My to-do list feels longer than freaking Santa Claus. And that's why Chewy has been such a lifesaver. I don't have to worry about, adding those dog treats or pet food to my endless list. I can order everything my little fur babies need whenever it works for me, and it shows up right at my door in just a day or two. Now, Chewy has everything for pets, dogs, cats, fish, birds, you name it. And they have the best holiday deals right now, up to 40% or even 50% off, plus 24 to 48 hour flash sales and buy one, get one offers. I'm all about their auto ship feature too. Just a lifesaver. It's secret sauce. I set it up to automatically ship our essentials so I'm not running out of our pet foods, treats. And if I need to switch it up, super easy. And the best part is their customer service is 24/7. So whether I need advice or just want to change an order, they are always there. Plus, if my pet isn't vibing with something, I can return it anytime within a full year. It's been an absolute game changer for just keeping the boys happy and me personally stress-free. Chewy is helping take the stress out of the holidays. Take advantage of amazing holiday savings and shop my personal favorites at chewy.com/vine. That's chewy.com/vine. Chewy.com/vine. All right, let's talk about what's on your feet, because we all know that not every shoe is actually made to keep us comfortable. G-Defy shoes are the answer that your feet have been begging for, and these aren't just your average kicks. They are designed to keep you feeling great no matter how wild your day gets. And by the end of the day, we all feel a little beat up. I just watched the Love is Blind reunion. We all feel a little beat up, just like the cast after that reunion special. But G-Defy's got us covered with 2 free orthotics in every pair and a built-in lateral stabilizer that helps realign your body. So if you're tired of feeling like your feet are taking more hits than a Watch What Happens live guest, G-Defy's Verso Shock technology is here to save the day, absorbing shock and stress so your feet don't have to. Actually, it helps my back too. So trust me, whether you're power walking to brunch or making a dramatic exit, these shoes have your back and your feet. Comfort has never been this chic and so ready for anything. So if you're still rocking shoes that scream, I'm suffering, it's time for an upgrade. Use code VINE for $20 off orders of $100 or more at gdefy.com. That's VINE for $20 off at gdefy.com.
Do you think Love is Blind members or should bring back past cast members into the pods? Like, do you think that would be a fun season to watch, like an all-star season almost?
Yeah, I think if all
Pretty
of them were
fun,
brought
right?
back, I think so.
But they wouldn't know, like,
Who they brought back.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be good for sure. I think yeah, I think that would be cool. Another spin-off would be, instead of like the 25 to 35-year-olds, let's do 45 to 55.
Ooh,
Or let's do
like
50
like
to
a
60.
senior.
Like the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see
Ugh.
these old people get into it.
You know what? I guarantee they will do that because the Golden Bachelor did really well. Like,
It did really well.
yeah, ratings wise, yeah. It
And
did
now they
really
have
well.
the Golden Bachelorette.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love.
Well, maybe that can be you one day.
I know.
I hope you
that's what
find I hope you find love before.
No, that's what I joked. I was like, that's my 10-year plan.
Let me see your notebook.
It's on my vision board. No, it's absolutely not. So after all the Love is Blind whirlwind, are
Yeah.
you fully back in the real estate world?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been getting a lot of I have to go through my DMs because there are people who reach out like, "Hey, I've seen the show. I've seen the content you create. I know you do well, and I know you do things the right way. I want to
Oh, cool.
buy a home with you or sell my home with
Cool.
you." And so that's been really neat. And so it's
What is your
thriving.
company called?
So it's I'm Dorka Real Estate.
Yeah.
That's my personal
Okay.
brand is Dorka Real Estate. And then myself, one of my best friends growing up, and we have 3 other people on the team. We're the AAA real estate team.
Nice.
And obviously we're under a broker, like a
Wait,
long
what is your
Boston
last
broker.
name?
Dorka, Dorka.
I'm not
Dork
kidding
with
you.
an A.
I thought you were saying you're the dork of real
I
estate.
kind of like that though.
Yeah,
I
was
might
like,
have to run with that. To be honest.
I I was like, that's good. I like that. The
Yeah.
dork of real estate. I like that. I just
Yep.
know you as Nikki D.
Nikki D. Well, we could keep it Nikki D.
I
You
know
know?
the dork. I'm calling you dork for the rest of my life.
Hey, I've gotten it a
Of real
lot.
estate.
I've gotten it a lot.
I
so.
bet you're like real creative, Kaitlyn. That was my
Well,
whole elementary experience.
well, two things. One, my sister's name is Kaitlyn, so that's.
Is it really?
Yeah, she's 27, and then all my boys, everyone who knows me calls me Dorka.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a
So-
great nickname. It's endearing.
Yeah, but I want my person to call me Nick.
Okay.
Don't call me Dorka.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Is there anything else that you want to clear up that you didn't feel like you got to say during the reunion?
You know, I think if there was something weighing on my mind, I would have known it when you asked.
Yeah.
There's things I've thought about, but I mean, as cliche as it sounds, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that's gonna come on a podcast and shit on people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. My friends tell me something, you can trust me. I'm gonna keep it, and it kind of played out how it is. And I think us cast members in the world kind of sees how it is, and you know, people kind of see that I'm a great guy,
Yeah.
right? I'm not perfect, but I'm a great guy. I love people the right way, and I have a lot to give to a relationship. So that's all I'll say.
Were you upset that like a couple people were trying to call you out for saying something that you didn't say? Like because you really stand behind that you didn't say grenade.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
And so are you mad that like people that are supposed to be your friends were saying that?
I mean, yes and no. I wasn't really mad. I was
Yeah.
just kind of like, you know, I'm the one person getting attacked up here, and it's
Yeah.
not by one person, it's by four.
Yeah.
But also, everybody wants the top spot. Everyone wants the top dog.
Oh.
So clearly, they're coming at me for a reason.
Because you're 90% top dog.
Well, no, 98 now.
Oh yeah. All right, you're 98 now.
But yes, that's how I mentally flip that, you know, kind of like as a joke, and like the perception of things. Like, I'm not going to harp on them coming at me.
Yeah.
You know, people have apologized. Right after the reunion, people came out to me and said, hey, I'm sorry. I know I love you.
Yeah.
Right? I love you so much. And we kind of just saw it. And so people wouldn't be saying that if they didn't think I was a great guy and they didn't like who I was.
Did you regret saying perspective so many times on the reunion? I feel
Perspective's a great word.
it's a great word. There was one where you said it, and I was like, "That I don't think that was in the right context." But you said it. I don't know if anyone caught it.
Well, I'm going to go back and rewatch
Yeah,
it,
there's
tally
one-
it up.
I was like, "Yeah."
I'll be like,
"Say perspective a lot."
Kaitlyn, I said it 10 times.
I
You were
played a
right.
drinking game watching it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
man.
How would you like? What do you contribute your confidence to?
That's a good question. I would say, like, everything I've done and I've given it my 100%, I do it real well.
So you believe in yourself.
I believe in myself.
Yeah.
Right. I'm solid. I'm 10 toes.
But have you always been that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I've always been that way, and I don't know if sports has something to do with it, but you know, whatever team I was on, I had an important role.
Yeah.
And then you know, I was always good in school and stuff, but that's also a testament to my parents.
Yeah.
Like, my parents,
Yeah. Of course.
you know, if I got a B on a test when I was little, you're grounded, no TV. in the night.
Really?
So I was always, okay, you got to do good at what you do. Life isn't, you know, at a young age, I was kind of like, life isn't some you bullshit, right? We all got one life. It's like, give it your all.
So what would you say your biggest insecurity is?
My biggest insecurity.
Or like something that comes to mind when you think of what you're insecure about?
I don't know.
Come on.
No, I'm trying to give you a real answer. Like, what am I insecure about? Maybe the way I come off to certain people. People
Okay.
think I'm flirty a lot. Hannah thought I was flirty a lot in certain situations, but that's who I am.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of talk to everyone the same way. I'm real light.
Mm-hmm.
And so, kind of how I'm perceived by other people, some people think I'm like too confident, and that's fine. You know, I get it, but I know who I am. I don't know, like, maybe a little bit of living at home when I was living at home, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
Right? I'm one of those people where it's like, I really don't care what you think if
Yeah.
you're not close to me.
Yeah.
But I'll think about that because I haven't thought about that.
You should absolutely.
And
think
that
about
takes
it.
like you know, a night laying in bed, just looking at the ceiling
Okay,
to
so
figure it out.
tonight you lay in bed, you stare at your ceiling, and you voice note me tomorrow, and you tell me what you're insecure about, and I'll clip it in here.
Got you. Done.
That's your homework
Done.
from this episode. And
Done.
sell 9 houses.
By when?
90 days.
Okay. Got you.
That's
Got you.
stupid.
Yep. And I'm gonna put in my book too. In the next 6 months, get on Kaitlyn's podcast again.
There you go. And then you can come back and you can tell your success story
Mhm.
about how you sold 9 houses in a
Yeah.
record amount of time.
Well, I've done almost 20 this year, so I'm doing well.
Great. Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you are crushing it.
I'm crushing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
for sure.
I always make my guests tell me a confession before they go. Like something,
Oof.
it could be like something humiliating that happened in the pods that they didn't show, something that happened when you were like 12 that you're like, I've never told anybody this, something that comes to mind that you're like, that's an embarrassing story I've never told.
So it's not the one thing that comes to mind. I always do things in numbers. It's kind of weird.
What do you mean?
My favorite number 7.
Yeah.
So like before I'd shoot baskets. I had to make 7 before I leave. It's like sometimes like I'll
OCD, my
have to
friend.
like
That's what we call
yeah, no,
OCD.
sometimes I'll have to like do something for 7 seconds or it's just like weird. It's like
Ah,
yeah.
that's
Another
interesting though.
yeah.
Have you ever looked up 7 in numerology and what it means?
Luck
Oh,
or right?
I don't know. I love it,
think
but I'd have to look it up.
there's some dude who keeps popping up on my algorithm who talks about numbers.
Really?
They say people born on the 14th. I think it's the 7th too, or it's like 2/14, maybe one other date.
Yeah.
They say they're the better looking people. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why I'm listening to him more. But he's very well known. He's
You've
got
like
millions of
liked
followers.
every.
I'm like
He does every video of like just different numbers all the time.
No, he'll talk about, numerology and how it kind of just equates to life and stuff. But one weird thing about me, I don't like sushi.
Any of it?
Like maybe shrimp tempura, maybe, but the texture, the
What about
raw,
what about
and I
like
don't know
a
that many
what
types
about
of
a
sushi.
tempura roll? You don't like the seaweed?
The seaweed's okay.
Oh,
But the
you just
only
don't
one
like the
I've
texture of
liked.
fish, raw fish.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
like I don't really like avocado either. Guac, I know. I don't like avocado toast. Kill me.
Okay, let me guess. You don't like tomatoes. You don't like mushrooms.
I don't like. Yeah, what the hell?
I-
How do you know me?
What do you feel about bananas?
Like bananas.
Okay,
Just don't watch me eating one.
is that creepy?
It looks weird.
There's your insecurity. You eating bananas.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a more in depth one.
Okay,
tomorrow.
thank you. But I just feel like guys who have a texture thing never like mushrooms and tomatoes. There's something else. and
That's
I can't think
weird.
of what it is. Yeah.
I don't like olives. I don't like mustard. I used to be a picky eater. Now it's like I try a lot of
Love
stuff.
Olives are like one of my favorite things to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like them in a martini?
Love them in a martini. A gin
Mhm.
martini with a tiny bit of olive juice, shaken super cold with 3 olives. Probably have that tonight.
See, that sounds great, except no olives.
Yeah.
Please don't. You could put the olive juice in there, just no olives.
What?
Yeah,
But the olives don't have a weird texture.
just looks weird in there.
No, it looks chic.
It looks like
You're more of a twist?
yeah,
I don't know. I just like some olives.
yeah.
And it's like a little snack before dinner too.
A
And then the
little,
gin
little
is like
thing.
soaked in there at the end.
See, that tastes good, right?
Yeah.
But like with the olive juice and like I can taste the olive juice, but olives is
Do you like gin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sapphire is my go-to.
Really? Hendrix is mine.
Hendrix is my second go-to.
I feel like a lot of guys don't do well on gin and whiskey.
we don't do well on whiskey.
Yeah.
You guys don't do well on tequila, but you insist to drink it all the time. So
I crush it on tequila. I'm terrible on vodka.
okay. So when you drink, so,
I turn into a
So what do you
bitch.
get? What do you get more toxic on, tequila or vodka?
vodka. Tequila, I can drink all night, be dancing, have the best time, be so happy, be so fun.
Yeah.
Vodka, I will like roundhouse kick you in the face and like
Mhm.
never talk to you again.
hmm For leaving you on read.
Yeah.
Not even like you cheated on me or
Anything. You could look
you
at
didn't
me the
text me
wrong.
back in 10. You're right. You look at me the wrong way.
You could tell me you don't like sushi and I would punch you in the dick and walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll stick with tequila the next time. That sounds good to me.
Tequila and wine.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. This was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to another episode sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You go keep crushing it in your career and we'll see what do you want to be next for you? Like obviously you would like
Yeah.
your real estate to do well.
hmm
Is there any other like reality shows you'd want to be on?
Yeah. So I was talking about it earlier on the news.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people
You're on
who's
the
very schedule oriented. I
Uh-huh.
like to know what my, 1, 2, 3 months looks like. This is a period where it's so uncertain.
Yeah.
Like there are going to be people in different avenues that you could tap into and reach out to you never thought you were going to do. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you see my IG, you probably have. 'Cause you
Yes.
probably stalked
'Cause
my.
I do my
See,
research.
you see
I'm
my little model
professional.
pics that I
Yeah.
put up.
Yeah.
And so like, I always liked fashion. I always liked modeling, right? And so, that's something where I'd like to get on GQ. I'd like to be in Vogue. I'd like to do runway commercials.
GQ and Vogue, aim for the stars.
Why not? Why not?
Amazing.
But I want something sustainable from, just I went on the show for love,
Yeah.
right? But
And a
if I'm
little
gonna,
fame.
yeah, I mean, so do you.
I know. I admit it all the time.
Yeah. But if I'm gonna let the whole world know my life, let it be for a good reason. Let me kind of use this platform I have right now
Yeah.
to pursue opportunities I didn't once have. So I want to tap into a lot of different things: sports, fashion, modeling.
Are you active on social media, like posting like stories and talking and like
Yeah,
you're
I
active?
kind of have to be for real estate. That's kind of one part I don't like about real estate is after every showing or like I
Yeah.
have to show my
Yeah.
business and show my face, and it's kind of uncomfortable. But to be successful in the business, you have to.
Yeah.
If you sell a home, you have to post it. You have
Yeah.
to post with your clients. So I do post a lot, and more so recently,
Yeah.
as you can expect.
Yeah.
And I also have TikTok.
Oh,
You want
plug
to find me
it.
on TikTok?
Plug it. What's your
Oh.
TikTok?
It's just a Nick Dorka,
Of course it is.
and you can't forget my last name.
No, I will never. I feel like reality TV people always just go like either by their first name or their last initial.
Like Nick D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people from Bachelor World where I still call them like Ashley I and like
That's just how you know 'em,
Yeah.
right? What's your last name?
Bristowe.
Bristowe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess what?
See, I would call you KB. I come up with nicknames for
A lot of people call me KB. I love KB.
yeah. If I got a nickname for you, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna start calling you it immediately. So KB.
It's a form of flattery, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
KB is yeah, a lot of people call me KB. And my nickname from I lived in Vancouver for 11 years. All my girlfriends there call me Bean.
Bean.
Yeah, because I jumped off a houseboat once with like green overalls on, and when I came out, they're like, "You look like a
bean.
little string bean, like a soaking wet little
You
bean."
kind of do look like a bean a little
A
bit,
bean?
but like a good-looking bean. So you get that. Yeah.
A good-looking bean.
Yeah, a good-looking.
I get
bean.
it all the time.
Yeah.
Good-looking bean. Yeah. No, they call me a wet string bean.
That's so
And
funny.
it stuck. Like
That's so funny.
my wine business partner
Mm-hmm.
still calls in like emails. She's like, "Hey Beans, blah blah blah." Like it's
That's so
stuck.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like nicknames.
So either Kate or KB.
And so your nickname in high school was Dorka, and mine was Kaitlyn No Bristowes
Oh,
instead of Bristowe. Kids
oh
are
my
mean.
God, that's
Kids are mean. We'll end it there. Everybody already knows that on my podcast. I think like some of my podcast listeners like call
oh
me.
my God, show her some respect.
Sh-
It's not all
Yeah.
about boobs, ladies,
Yeah.
and men. You know what I mean? Eyes matter. I love eyes and smile and lips. That's my physical, not boobs, not butt, not
Really?
lips, legs. I love just like looking at someone in the eyes, and I'm like, why do I feel like I can read into your soul right now? It's just
Oh.
like
It's because you're so deep.
I know, and people don't see that from the show.
You are funny. I like your confidence is. I don't want to say funny in a bad way. I'm not like laughing at
Yeah.
it. I just am
Yeah.
like people strive to have that kind of
Yeah.
confidence.
So you're someone I'm someone you would hang out with.
Yeah.
Go get a drink with.
I'd be like,
Perfect.
you make me want to be more confident.
You're confident.
I am. I have
Yeah.
my moments. Nick, everybody, the most perfect human that's ever lived.
Just trying to get to where you're at, girl.
98%. I love how you at 98%.
I was being very specific.
Very
You know?
specific.
Yeah. You feel like you're 100% of the person you are now. You're still growing.
I'm like 60. I can't wait because in like 20 years, I'm going to grow every year. Can't be 100 now. There's only down from there.
True.
You gotta
You can learn
keep
every year,
evolving.
and you can. Yeah. Because you evolve doesn't mean you're not so secure, and you're not like you don't know 100% of the person you are. Like there's room to experience more things. I guess
I think you're
grow.
gonna surprise yourself every year. You'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
last year I thought
You're
I was
probably
this."
right. Yeah. No, you're probably right.
I'm
yeah.
older and wiser. Trust your
We're-
elders.
I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now ending. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind a rating and review.